Good morning, Thomas.
Good morning.
Very good. Nothing better than having a camera shoved in your face at 7 a.m.
No, exactly. I'm looking okay.
Yeah, you're looking good. Dark, cold,
dark and cold.
early. Are these the hard yards of management?
Of course, you need to put in the hours. And my routines works quite well in terms of I like to start early, and then not that I'm leaving early, but I rather want if I can gain an hour.
We don't doubt your hard work, Thomas.
No, I know. But if you can go home an hour, I want to do it in the afternoon rather than coming in late.
So what is the morning routine like? I mean, it's 7 a.m. now. What time does the alarm go, all the rest of it?
I'm lucky I'm living relatively close by, so, 6:30, 10 minutes out.
Oh, so jump out of bed, roll out of bed,
yeah,
fall out of bed.
Yeah, quick. Yeah, I don't need to snooze it too many times. Just up, in, and then go.
You're different to me then. Are these important moments of the day? I mean, there's a couple of hours till the players get in.
Yeah, I like it. So it varies a little bit what I do. So sometimes I'm coming in early, do a run. Other times I, like today, after we had a day off, it's nice to come in early, just get on top of things and be ready for the next meetings and all that.
So our plan today is to see as much as possible, but be in your way as little as possible. So just look, lead the way.
Yeah.
Show us how it works.
Good.
After you.
This way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as this place starts to fill up, we go through the canteen now. Do you, because I guess the culture, the tone, the mood all kind of comes from you. Do you find like you get out of the car there, have you got to kind of put the mask on a little bit because you know that everyone's looking to you, especially after a weekend where you maybe lost the game?
Yeah, I'm aware. I'm very aware in many ways that I need to do that. Morning, Sean. Morning. Good to see you. No, I'm aware that I need to be
project something.
Project something. I think today it's we lost, and that's always annoying. But because we have like a day off, that means that there is a time where I just get 24 hours, get out of the system, so more boom. Day after, straight in. Sometimes that's where I'm even more aware of. I need to put the mask on. Sometimes it's very difficult to hide, but I still try to be. I think it's important to be smiling, optimistic. There's nothing you can do about it. You need to move on.
Yeah. And you've the rule, don't you? The 24-hour rule. 24 hours to celebrate. Yeah. 24 hours to be miserable. Yeah. Do you find that easy to do to move on? Yeah.
Okay. I think it's a nice little trick to my brain to make sure we move on. I think I would have done anyway, but I think it's just a better reminder.
Okay. So it's even as we've walked down this corridor, it's kind of cool to see the place coming to life, even at this early hour.
Yeah, but there's quite a few in the gym of the staff.
Music for this time.
Yeah. But it's to get it going. So sometimes I'm joining with these crazy guys, so I try to survive. But no, it's good. I think it's good. Yeah.
Right. So what's next for you? So you've arrived. What happens?
A quick change out there. Get a water, coffee. Up to the office. Start to adjust everything. What is the day? What do you want to do? Look through a few clips. Yeah. Plan it.
So we'll maybe see you in the office?
See you in the office, yeah, no problem. Okay,
lovely.
See you in a bit. Take care.
Okay. Thomas, quickest change in human history, I think, that.
Yeah, I got 3 children. Of course, they're grown up and all that, but you learn that when you have them.
You've got to pick up those skills.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is it. This is the office. We're okay to come in?
Yes, more than welcome.
Lovely, thank you.
My wife says this is not good, when you need to clean up because that's how your brain looks inside. I said yes, you don't want to come inside my head. It's not good, but.
So a busy office means a busy brain.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that quite an interesting book selection there.
Yeah.
Sir Alex there.
Yeah. There's a few books there. I think it's a few I got. I just didn't know where to put them, so I put them there. If I'm honest.
But are you big on sort of learning from other leaders?
Yeah, I got a lot of books at home. And all kind of leadership books, football books, biographies. But also I'm reading more and more fiction. Yeah. Because it counts my brain. Yeah, it does.
And I see the trophy cabinets.
Yeah, it's a trophy I got from Woody. That is a big Brentford fan, and he made this to me, so I was very happy with it.
Oh,
and I actually used it to the players because we wanted to win a trophy. Of course, we didn't do that well this year. At least we went to quarterfinal for in the Carabao Cup, but I used this.
And I guess that's kind of a trophy in itself, isn't it? The impact you make on people.
Yeah. Of course.
What the club means.
Yeah.
What the wins mean.
Of course, I know it means a lot to a lot of people.
How do you use this stuff, Thomas?
Use it as to little bit work around the lineup, of course. So it's just nice to see it there if I'm a little bit in doubt. But I more use this for the final bit, and I actually always win here.
The Brentford Invincibles.
Unfortunately, sometimes the players don't listen now. It's nothing to do with the players. It's just.
Is this laid out for last Saturday's game?
Actually, yes, yeah.
Yeah. So how are you using this then?
Got a go-to game plan, or not principles in how we want to do things, but sometimes we like to tweak it a little bit. So it's just nice for me to, okay, how do we do it? Do the striker front mark a little bit the 6 or a little bit here first, and then when everyone is set, because we want to go man-man, then we organize and we talk. And then I try to do it that way, and then okay, that works, and then I have it for the training.
Okay, so if you're trying to talk about maybe a high press, that this helps you see where the space will be. So once you go,
a little bit of the space, but also okay, if it goes there, what kind of angles does it open? If and so on. So that's why it gives me a better view in my head.
Wow.
Morning, everyone. Player stopper.
And then guys returning to the training group this week. So Christopher returns to training today. He'll train fully today, all elements, if that's okay. No restrictions on him. Ethan's pretty good. We're going to have a chat about him downstairs afterwards about how quickly we push him. He had a scan yesterday, which was positive. He hasn't sprinted yet. That's the issue. So he's a little bit undercooked.
Okay, so it could be potentially available for.
Potentially, yeah. Yeah. So kind of definitely for Tottenham, and then a conversation around Palace.
Cool, good. Thank you, guys. Coaches stay, analysis in. Længe interview og sådan det her med selvfølgelig.
Not that we had a day off for the first time in 10 days.
Fair enough. Yes, Joe, take it away.
Yeah, so starting with the goals, first bit is probably Yarmo a bit too eager to get up to the ball, which puts him almost on the back foot in terms of tracking the half-space run of Trent. And then I think that puts Christian in a little bit of doubt. You see him stepping towards the half-space rather than potentially probably maybe getting down a bit, but I think he's in a good position still to cut back to, who is it? Jones, yeah. And then I think Sepp's in a decent position, especially for this first one. If he was being really picky, maybe you could say he's a little bit too deep on the second one, but like you say, with it ricocheting back, I think it's hard. And I think the biggest thing is just to getting across, getting over. So Nathan taking out Nunes. I think Matty's slow to get down if you watch it back.
I like what Yarmo do before when he take Nunes out. Take it back. I think actually did it.
Yeah, on this bit here.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Very good in many ways.
There's one coming in the section later where he doesn't.
Yeah.
He's not aware of Soboslai, but on this one it's a lot better. I actually had the feeling that I think we limited them to very little. That was my feeling. We had obviously key men to take out. I think Salah had 3 of those 37 shots. So if you said it before the game, take him out, 70-80%.
Him and Trent.
Yeah.
And we are so close to take Trent as well.
Exactly.
Then we limit them.
Exactly.
My feeling after, and also after we looked the game back, we defended so well.
Yeah.
Like so well.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been a fair point. Of course, you could say if there should have been a winner, it should have been Liverpool because of the amount of shots and all that. But there's also, I think even Slot acknowledged that after the game as well, that probably was, I don't know, did you get the number of the offensive situations?
I had like 13, 14.
13, 14, yeah. And how many of them were shot? 5, maybe 6, maybe less?
Yeah, if we're lucky.
So let's say 13, 14 dangerous attack. How many?
14.
Yeah, 40, yeah.
That's high.
Yeah, that's high. So we had 13, 14 dangerous attacks where there's maybe not an outcome because there are centre backs on the day. What a level. They are good. But I don't think I've never seen them that good.
Yeah, obviously we know Van Dijk and we know Kanat is good, but I thought he was phenomenal on the day.
I think that the positive narrative must be that they, respect us and they had to be absolutely on it, and they knew that the threats from Brian and Wiss and Dams and Kevin when he's
We scored any other game.
Yeah.
Any other team you play this season, we score one of them one of our dangerous attacks.
Yeah, I agree.
The first ones are where we do concede the shot. Obviously, looking into how we can stop it. Obviously, this one more aware of the half space run from Yarmo, and then Mads more aware of Gakpo. I think body.
But it's one of these where they're 1 against 5 in the box.
Exactly.
And it's Diaz who's running on the side. That's why we're a little bit in doubt. Yeah. But then they have 1 in the box, and then for whatever reason they got a contact on that.
Yeah. And this one is probably the most difficult one to stop, I'd say, because I think we're compact, organised, and obviously just this little one round the corner. I think obviously you could look and say Wiss, but at the moment he's cutting Gravenberg. Maybe he just needs to move with the ball.
Yeah.
Those 2 or 3 steps just to almost be where the ref is.
And Dams.
Yeah.
When we play a midfielder there, he needs to see that more.
Yeah.
Wiss is he's doing a lot of things right. Dams need to
take the responsibility.
And I think it's great play.
But when they come from that side, we don't shuffle. We've got players walking when they switch the ball, all the way out, all the way back. I looked at this. I'm thinking, why are we not? As soon as it goes here, we need to be moving this way. The whole team are walking. We should be closing the gaps.
Yeah. So now Wiss will be more over it. Actually, be Dams closer to Gravenberg, cutting that one
our
first.
2 centre midfielders they're split. Yeah. They should be in that gap.
But I think I agree with you. I think the thing is that we talk about that half space. So and that clip I cut as well because we need them to understand when the ball shuffle more central.
Yeah, 2 backs or 4.
Yeah. So now it's fine, but now I need to be. Yeah. So it's like constantly.
Yeah. Just.
Not 6. It's 5, 3, 2.
5, 3, 2, 1.
Exactly.
With a half space.
It can never be 6.
Yeah.
Simpelthen ud på trapper. Hva? I think it's such a dangerous situation.
Having seen what you've done with the staff, what's the key message then that you now need to relay in the players' meeting?
This game was we're very big focused on the transitions both ways. That we need because I think Liverpool is the best transition team in the world. So that would be the big focus on the tactical thing. Because I'm a big believer of a positive message. Of course, concede the goal, we look into, okay, we do this and this and this better. And sometimes I need, of course, to, raise the voice and say, this was bad or whatever. But overall, I believe that the positive reinforcement create more belief, create bigger performances. So there will be some positive bits about we had, was 13, 14? 14, yeah. So good opportunities, moments, but where we didn't have the cutting edge on the day or they defended very well. So that I want to present. Pause. If he hits that well, that's potentially a goal. So that's a very dangerous, it's not a shot, it's not XG, it's not anything, but this is extremely dangerous. So we need to look beyond the numbers, beyond the normal thing.
And how many of those years did it take before you feel like we're absolutely like on the same level here? You almost don't need to speak, and Joe's going to come up with the right clips. 6 years?
I'll let you answer that. Tell me how long it took me.
No. Yeah, I know Joe is very clever.
And then this one is the overlap situation for Mads and leads to a transition against us as well.
Does it?
Yeah. It's the one where we get back in to defend it well, I think we said in the end. We have the set and then the cross on the second part, and then the transition. It's the one where Vita on the edge of the box.
Yeah. we maybe need to cut it so we
Have it in two, basically.
yeah, so we have the message clear.
We saw the big meeting with all the coaches. We saw the smaller meeting where you were getting your clips ready. What happens now?
Now is to present to the players. Try to narrow everything down, sharp, short, precise. So me talking a lot, but also a little bit dialogue with the players sometimes, depending.
And is it important that that is just between the coaches and the players, because these conversations end up being very honest?
Oh yeah. I think it's very important we have it together. Yeah, extremely important. Yeah.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you. It's always good. Thank you. Close. Good meeting. I spoke the most, so. But I think my feeling is that I created the narrative I wanted to create. That I think we did very well. It's always technical. Always tactical, I think, is the best thing I need to get around, and then the message you want to deliver, the feeling you walk out of the room with.
And lastly, for now, what's next?
Training, 11:20. We'll be out there, but that's a classic training where the coaching staff is fully in control, and I'm just standing out there and be aware of things. Hey, Chris, you just start, I'll come. Yeah. So they would be fully in control of everything. And as I just said, I'll maybe be out a little bit later, so I don't need to see the prep and the warm-up and all that. I'll come out too. So you need to use time on other bits.
So on a day like today, then, when it's your coaching team leading a session, what are you looking for? What do you hope to see?
I think, for example, now is the warm-up. Of course, you always see something in terms of
something you don't
attitude
like,
or whatever. And also the best ones are also the one who also warm up perfectly. There's like a big correlation between that. So that's one thing. And then, of course, in all the training, no matter if I'm in charge or I watch, it's always performance. How do they perform? How do they react? All that. And the biggest thing is the reaction work ethic, if they do everything they can. That's my biggest thing. Then, of course, it's nice if they put it to the top corner, and that's part of it as well, but the minimum foundation is the biggest thing. And I think we train hard, very hard. We train with high intensity. I think people are quite impressed of. Everyone have someone out, they always like, wow, you train with high intensity? Yes, because we need to play with high intensity. So this is a good example of it's part of taking over. A lot of these guys played 90 minutes, but even we do that, it's in patterns.
Yeah,
how
so you can see they're playing in shape.
Yeah, playing in shape, exactly. Yeah. So there's always a purpose.
I do think of you, where you played in the Championship, how you adapted to the Premier League, in an era of kind of philosophy management, big idea management, and I'm not saying you don't have those things, but as being more adaptable, more flexible. Well, is that fair?
More than fair. I think the best. I'm biased towards myself, okay? the best managers adapt. Guardiola. He's the best in the world. He's been good and privileged to have three of the best teams in the world. So he's been very dominant in all three countries. But every season, every year, every country adapted different styles. So he's the one who actually started to play with 4 centre-backs in the back four. Yeah. That's adaptable. To have more physicality, better on transitions, better set pieces. That's adapting. But because they still are so good and they still have 60 to 70% possession, you don't, no, he's not pragmatic, he's not going. Yes, he does. Yeah. He is very aware of how to win a football match. So I know it's more clear when you go from being a completely dominant team in a championship or very offensive to be, let's say, more offensive. It's also, yes, the difference in level are so big. Yeah. So I'm actually extremely proud and happy that we've been pragmatic, because I think that gave us an opportunity to it's never been an aim only to stay in the league. But of course, I know that's the minimum criteria to give us the best foundation to stand on by being pragmatic and know what to do. And then we added layers. And maybe that's a big part of our success that now we are in our fourth season, most likely. I never take anything for granted. Going into the fifth season, which is an unbelievable achievement, which I'm very proud of.
Do I need to let you get on with your job?
I'm actually just going to stand and look like I'm clever and a lot of responsibility.
Some of this, some of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So no, but thank you.
But on a day then when you're not so hands-on, is it just there to be a presence so the players know that they're being watched? Or?
I hope that we build a culture
that
that is so strong that I don't need to be out here.
Yeah.
The best groups is coming from within. So I create the framework with my coaches and with the staff and the culture, but the last 10% is from the players. They need to push the training, they need to push the standards, and I say that to them. And I got a very good group of players that does that. Again, Chef, come on!
1, 2, 3, go!
Yep.
Got confirmed that we train well. It's just always nice to get out, and you can see the intensity, the focus, and how can you say, the communication. I like that. I like that they compete, they moan every single time it's not the right decision, but also there's space for a smile and all that. I think it's a big part of it. I like the new drill.
So
I like it.
Explain the new drill to me. Imagine you talking to an idiot, Thomas. So what was the purpose of it?
The purpose of it was, how can we, one team make sure we get a little bit more passes in the team, so 15 passes to get control of the game in phase 1 or phase 2, and then try to make a breakthrough. And the other team that was defending and pressing, when they win it, we wanted 5 passes, both to get the counter press from the other team, so it's like a double focus. And then after the 5 passes, then they can go into transition and run into space and score either in the big goal or the mini goal.
Right, lunchtime?
Lunchtime,
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Are there rules around lunch, Thomas? Do guys have to stay? Is it?
No, not rules. I expect them, or we expect them to eat. If it's going to be a little bit of a bad pattern, then we just, give them a little nudge and, hey, you need to come back into the rhythm.
I definitely think the impression from us, from the outside looking in, Thomas Frank, what a lovely guy. You're fantastic in the time you give us. But is there a switch that can flick every now and again if people do disappoint you?
Yeah. I think no one gets to this, position without being have a big determination and willpower and also resilience.
Yeah.
I got temper. It's not that often, but it's. I think it's very clear when I'm disappointed or not happy. Sometimes too clear.
So you've been here now since 2016, manager since 2018. The people in this building.
A long time.
Well, what an achievement for a start. But what is the club, the people in this room, the people who come and pay their money to watch the team on a Saturday or a Sunday, what's the whole thing come to mean to you, Thomas?
In my working life, or what you call it, it's been the place I've been the longest. So that's part one of it.
Yeah.
First part of it. So I've been here for so long, it'll always be a big part of me. And the day I'm not here anymore, and that day, of course, will come one day. At least I will retire one day. I will always look back at this as an incredible experience, and the club we built and the culture we built here has been on an unbelievable journey, and I think I've been extremely privileged to be part of that journey, to build a club, to be a good champion club, to be competing for Premier League, to get promoted to the Premier League, to get in a way established in the Premier League. And when are you established? I never take it for granted.
But the minute you think that, that's when the
so we need to constantly push with so many good people and so many. I've been here and watched player, staff members getting their first child, get married, all that, losing near ones, parents and all that. So it's been a fantastic journey that I'm still really enjoying every day.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.